your hip. Yup, turn your hip. You going bang, like this. You go bang, bang. See how I turn my hip? My hip turn, yup. Hey man. Yeah, keep it on the plan and let it move naturally because you turn your hip. Don't overturn the knee.
Was it the Garlic Butter Academy?
Yeah. Garlic Butter Gang. So look, this is called the we're teaching people how to throw garlic butter right now. You know how you get married and we throw rice, we throw spoons of garlic butter.
What are you teaching them though? What
I'm just teaching them how to hook off the jab.
What's the importance of that?
The importance of giving a different look because the first thing you learn in boxing is how to jab. So if you just take that concept and you understand that when you jab, and 100% of boxers know to start with your jab.
Name some active boxers with good jabs that are definitely respectable, that'll get you respect.
Gervonta Davis.
And he's the shorter man in some of his fights.
Yeah, but that's the thing. People sometimes when you're the shorter man, that don't mean you don't have to have a good jab. You gotta have a great jab. You gotta use it often and use different jabs.
So why'd you like his?
Right, because it was sharp as fuck.
And it was like a power punch almost.
Yeah, it was like sharp and strong. He stepped off that back foot hard. Who else got a good jab?
What about Golovkin versus Jake Lemieux?
Versus Lemieux, that was only one time, but he had a good jab. What made it good is he showed that he could use it when it's needed be. If he would have used it, he could stop Kell Brook in 3 rounds.
You think he's gonna use it against the taller Danny Jacobs, or try to?
He gonna try to, cause he ain't gonna just come in there crazy against Danny Jacobs, because he didn't do that with Curtis Stevens.
What about the people? You're a boxer. What about the people that said Golovkin took free?
Keep your right hand up.
If they're not a threat power-wise, he'll let him take free shots at his head. Do you agree with that? Yeah,
I do agree, because if you ain't got no crack, you gotta look at Tank and what's dude's name?
Pedraza.
Tank he wasn't giving him free shots, but he was letting him work on him so he can open him up. If you never been in the ring, you wouldn't understand that.
Is that also so they could gas out a little bit?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't necessarily say gas out, but when you let a person open up, then you can see where the punch is coming from and start picking them in between the punches.
Broner's good at that.
Broner's great at that. Shout out to AB. Billion sign him.
What about the Charlo brothers jab-wise?
Charlo brothers got great jabs. They got strong ass jabs, long jabs, pause.
What about Klitschko?
Klitschko got a great jab.
Any other heavyweights that you can think of with a good jab? Ortiz, Wilder. Actually, Wilder in his Areola fight, I seen.
You know who got a good jab that people don't understand that he do got a good jab?
Who?
Is Adonis Stevenson.
He got that.
Adonis Stevenson, whatever. He got a good jab, and that's why he's able to land his left hand
because sets it up.
His jab is snappy, and he go it to the stomach and he use it over and over again until you fall asleep.
Is it harder to defend against the southpaw's jab if they have a strong jab and they're southpaw?
Not really. If you smart, you know what to do. You know what to do.
So a jab is a jab?
Jab is a jab. And for every move is a counter move. You got to know when to do, how to do it, know how to switch it up.
A person I think has an underrated jab, it's just not always consistent, is Canelo.
Oh yeah.
He has a really good jab. He just doesn't use it for 12 rounds, so to speak.
I wish he would.
He'd probably stop Cotto if he did that.
Yes, he would have. Who else got? If this person used a jab, they would be.
Oh, I was at Crawford's last fight. He got a jab.
Yeah, he don't count. He don't even count.
Why he don't count?
Because he know a lot, so he gonna. If Pacquiao had a break. If Pacquiao had a good jab, he would be phenomenal.
He'd be almost unbeatable.
Almost unbeatable, and that's why he couldn't beat Floyd, because he didn't have a good jab. Next, we hooking off the jab. What we gonna do next? Hook off the jab. What should you do next after you hook off the jab? What would fundamentally you could throw the right? You can really do whatever you want. It's just whatever the opponent wants to give up. You can jab, hook off it, come with the same hand, uppercut. You can jab, hook off of it, hook to the body. You can jab, hook off of it, throw the straight right. Jab, hook off of it, come with the uppercut. You can do whatever. And that's what I want you to do next. I want you to just switch it up. I want you to just be natural as possible. I can't tell you. People understand the culture of boxing. When you go to a boxing gym, you don't just, your trainer tell you what to do. It's not like a personal training session. All right, once you learn what to do, you have to be creative on your own, because when you in the ring, it's just you. I'm screaming what to do, but that shit might not work at that time. You have to start putting shit together yourself. Then when you go back to the corner, he will tell you, and you come back out, and you still be working off what your trainers say and off what you would normally do. So you gotta just jab, bang. You gotta just, you can start putting it together on your own. So that's what I wanted to get you used to doing, putting shit together on your own. Cause I can't babysit you. All right, go. Can't babysit you.
So you said if Pacquiao had an effective jab, he'd be like very hard to beat?
Unstoppable. Because with his athleticism and shit he be doing already.
And his stamina and all that.
And his stamina, he would be
now,
like...
I'm going to ask Errol Spence, after he stopped out Chris Algieri, post-fight at the press conference, he said he'll beat Pacquiao because Pacquiao lacks basic fundamentals.
Yes, he does.
You agree with that?
Yeah. We talked about that the one session about distance. Knowing your distance is basic fundamental. Especially as a short fighter, you need to know your distance. So when you in there, if you in there with Errol Spence, he has great fundamentals. And Pacquiao's gonna run into a hook and a left hand.
Question for you. How come Pacquiao, how come he's effective against taller fighters like Margarito and Algieri if he doesn't control the distance enough, if that's what you're saying?
Because Margarito is a slower fighter and he doesn't jab. His Margarito style is about pressure and punch volume, and he comes forward, and that's actually bad for a tall fighter. You don't come forward on a shorter fighter. I would think that he would know that, but he doesn't. But he only know one style of boxing, that's coming forward. When you're a tall fighter, you give up your height, you're actually asking Pacquiao to stop you. When you saying, Pacquiao, please stop.
So you're knocking at the door saying...
You're saying, I have garlic butter and I want to eat it. You don't want that.
So you're requesting, like Amazon Prime?
Yes, you're requesting
extra
garlic butter at Benihana.
You're ordering the Amazon Prime garlic butter?
Yes, you are.
With 2-day shipping?
No, you're asking it for 1-day shipping.
Oh,
same
you got to
day.
get it expedited.
Actually, it's Amazon Prime now. You can actually get stuff shipped the same day. They have an app for that.
So if you don't have a jab and you're just coming forward with no defense against Pacquiao?
Yes, you're going to get fucked up. That's why, who just fought?
Jesse Vargas?
That's why Tank Davis stopped Pedraza faster. He was a taller fighter and he came to Tank. That was stupid. He came to a power puncher, a shorter power puncher.
You think that was a bit of machismo on Pedraza?
No, he thought he was gonna tire. Keep working. He thought he was gonna tire Tank out, but Tank has 200 wins as an amateur. He's very experienced. You gotta know that. Break. Let me get jumping jacks. Go. Jumping